Protomartyr is a post-punk band. They put out an album 2 years ago called The Agent Intellect. I honestly thought it was one of the best albums of 2015. I think it was an excellent post-punk album that had some quite catchy moments too. And this album is actually, to me it feels a bit like their version of like Joy Division's Closer, where how it got a little darker, it got a little slightly more disturbing and more into the gothic realms of music, and that's what this album is to me. It's slightly darker than The Agent Intellect. I do feel like it's not quite as immediate, but the more you listen to it, the more it actually works really well. Like A Private Understanding has this way of like reaching into you. It's quite a strange track, but the way it kind of builds on, the instrumental across the track, I really do like it. It's a grower for sure, and this album in general is quite a grower, I would say. Yeah, I think lyrically at points they're pulling a little bit from the current political state in America, which isn't anything new, I suppose, but they're not doing it on the nose, like Gorillaz did on their latest album. It's not quite as like, oh, that's what they're talking about. If you just listen sometimes for these little key moments, you kind of feel like, yes, they're talking about Trump and his politics, they make references to like a billionaire and stuff like that. It's kind of a little subtle, and it's done quite well. But yeah, I think the instrumentals on this album are the kind of the winner for me. I do feel like vocally it's pretty much standard across the whole album. There aren't as many like immediate hooks, but it still works really well. And I do feel like at points they are like on the cusp of like being disturbing and like as dark as they could get, like with the sound, but they don't quite get there. And at points I'm kind of thinking to myself, okay, I just want them to reach that height, but they don't quite get there. So there are some moments where I'm a little underwhelmed, but overall I'd say this is a very good post-punk album. I haven't heard many this year that I've been that floored by. I think it's just a little bit worse than The Agent Intellect, but still, I think this is a quality album. I really enjoy it. I would absolutely recommend it if you're a post-punk fan. Like I said, Joy Division, bands like that mostly, I would say. And yeah, it's a very good album. Very good. I like it. I think it is a B+. It will make my year-end list for sure. I hope you've listened to this Protomartyr album. If you have, let me know. Lyrically, I haven't really delved too much into the lyrics because I do feel like they're reaching from other realms at points with what they're talking about. It's not quite as like decipherable as what they're trying to aim for, but overall the album does have a similar aesthetic all the way through. Sonically, it's pretty much similar. There are some really well drummed tracks which I do think are very, very well created. I think the drummer in this band is underappreciated, and yeah, it's a quality album. It's a quality album. Please go listen to this album by Protomartyr and have a good day.